Okay, so now that you've switched to a extreme grip on the backhand and the forehand where you can hit more topspin, you're going to have to use a grip change in the middle.
Yeah.
So we always want to come back to the chopper grip, and then we want to have two hands on the racket.
Right.
So you're not going to be able to play with the ball in your hand anymore.
Right.
And you're going to be using the left hand to change the grip.
Yeah.
As opposed to, at the moment, you're down here with your racket, and then when you get that racket, you bring it up, you nudge it into position and then hit, and that's just going to take too long for you normally. So you need to be in this good ready position where you've got both hands on the racket, ready to grip change and then come back to the chopper grip each time.
Right.
It wasn't what I was expecting, but you're a bit late on your shots sometimes.
Right.
Having come off a fast surface, it's surprising. It's probably the grip change which has got something to do with it.
Yeah.
And also the split step.
Right.
Okay, so the two things, if you can get your split step in this ready position down, you're going to be able to move to the ball quicker.
Right.
But also, when you're in your grip, in your ready position in the chopper grip here,
Yes.
first thing you're going to do is take that racket back.
Right.
And you want to have that racket back before it goes over the net.
Yeah.
Okay, as opposed to what a lot of people will do, self included, is take that racket back when the ball's just about to bounce and then do all this in one motion, which means if that ball skids through, it's going to be late and going wide. Okay, so get the racket back as soon as I've hit that ball, and then you can wait back here as you move into position, and then all you have to do is drop it and come through with that motion. Now you want to drop the racket as the ball's bouncing. Okay, so essentially you're mirroring the height of the ball as it comes over the net. So they've hit the ball, the racket's up at the height of the ball. As the ball drops into the bounce, we're going to drop the racket, and then we can come up as the ball comes back up to meet the racket. So the grip change and the split step is going to happen together. Grip, bang, and you straight into the turn. Split, grip. Split, grip. Okay, so let's work through the reference points. You've got reference point 1, ready position. Reference point 2, as it's coming over the net. And reference point 3 is what you're missing out. This drop down to this point here. As it bounces. And now you're going to be able to come up through that shot. Okay, you're skipping reference point 3 a little bit and kind of just coming through, and it's very flat as a result. So 1, 2, 3, and through. So I should see that racket pointing down to the ground at reference point 3. Okay, so the next part might be the most difficult part for you, and it's just coming from the ready position. Your racket's down at the moment. What that does is it gives you a trigger finger on the grip. If you keep that racket up, you'll have a block grip. We want to have this block grip because that's what we're going to use for the backhand. Yep. And if we've got the forehand, we're just going to turn it and then get into a trigger grip with that finger, so it's kind of spread out a little bit more. Okay, so we're going to start in the block grip, but what that means for the forehand is that all we have to do for the turn is change our grip as we turn. And you'll see that I haven't actually moved my arm at all. All that's happening is there I'm turning to the side and my racket's pointing to the side, so I'm not taking my racket back at the moment. Yours is here, and then you've got an upwards motion, and that can create more variables. So when you're starting with a circle, instead of starting with the bottom of the circle and coming up and round, just start up here already, and then you're already at the top of the circle. And instead of a circle, what we're going to do is a more of a tick shape. Okay, so from the turn, I haven't moved my arm yet, I'm going to drop my racket down and then draw a line straight up. As opposed to a U shape. A U shape, as you can imagine, if I hit it early, it's going down. Backspin, if I hit it at the bottom, it's going to be flat. On the way up, I get a little bit of topspin, and then I get a lot of topspin as it changes its trajectory around. With the tick shape, it's just going to be one consistent line straight up. So no matter where I hit it on that line, I'm still going to hit with the same amount of spin. Okay, so start with your racket higher. Don't take the racket as far back, because remember, with your chopper grip, you were taking it back further and hitting in line with the body. With your new grip, you're just taking it in line with the body and then hitting out in front. So it's the same amount of travel on the racket, but it's just further in front of you now with that grip. Yeah, good. And that's why we don't need to go back here and through. We can go to the side, drop, and then up, out in front. Tick shape. So a little bit what you're experiencing there is, with your old grip, you're connecting here in line with your body, but you need to be hitting it further in front of you. So because you're used to hitting it there in line with the body, it feels awkward, you're pulling back to try and get that racket on the grip. So you just got to get used to hitting that ball further in front of you. And also you've got a bit of over rotation with the shoulder here, because you're not counterbalancing with the left arm, which if you throw it back and stick the chest out, it will stop you from going round like this. That's it, you want to finish in that spread eagle pose there, and that's what makes you look really good as well.
Yeah.
It's a lot about looking good, isn't it? You've got loads of margin for error now, and the spin can bring it down.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're getting shape on your shots.
Yeah.